light just
Fluffy.
to your... I'm not very good with lefts and rights. Your left.
You come and plonk down here, sweetheart.
So, Sven was a natural. We adjust your cushion a bit.
You're going to get all mic'd up, missus.
Mel, I'm going to take a picture.
So we're going to talk about what it was like to come out of hospital, what it was like to see the boys again, what it was like to start walking again, yeah?
Yeah.
And then how you feel about every day now. And then we'll talk a little bit about Headway.
Are we leaving the filters on?
We are leaving the filters on. All filters are now in place. Can you hear Mel okay, guys? Yeah. Right, do you want to just say 1, 2, 3 for me?
1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, enough. Jesus, showing off or what? Shall I go first or do you want to go first?
I can go first, and then you could stop me if I
Prattle on.
rattle on. All right. Okay. My name is Mel and Sven Torrent. I live in Worcester with my beloved husband, Mel Torrent. We've been married for 20 years. We met in Japan. We both got sent out there on a different project. Sven was the design engineer. I was the hired help. I was the spanner monkey. And we met in Japan and we fell in love, and then we decided to get engaged. So we went home and told my parents that we were going to get engaged. And they said, well, your dad's got a week off in September, you can get married then. So we did. And we've been married ever since. And we've done a lot together. Done a lot of walking together.
Mm-hmm.
We've built a lovely house together. We're doing a lot of gardening together, and I grow a lot of chilies.
You grow a lot of chilies, yeah.
And we like cooking together and making bread and lots of things like that.
So I'm Marcel Torrent, university known as Sven. It's a long story. We live in Worcester. I'm Welsh by birth, and like Mel says, we met in Japan. I got off a bus and fell on top of her, literally. Been married for 20 plus years, and yeah, we just love life and everything around it.
When I was at Worcester Bosch, I was
And everything around it.
an FMEA moderator, and I do risk assessment. So FMEA stands for Failure Mode Effect Analysis. Moderator. So I would travel all over the world doing training and helping people with risk assessment. So I would travel, and I was also doing an electronics engineer as well. I worked in the semiconductor industry. Risk assessments. So I travelled quite extensively across the world. So it came as quite a shock to not be able to do any of that anymore. Quite extensively across the world. Quite a shock. And you know, having a good day is when I managed to put my shoes on the right feet. Having a good day. And she checks her feet.
Yeah, so Mel was working in logistics when she had the hemorrhage. She just installed a Mel was £45 million working logistics sorting when she had the hemorrhage. Team of others. Mel was just installed a risk assessment. £45 million sorting system. Yeah, that day I'd gone into the office in the middle of COVID again, so I'd gone in and Mel was at home. She just installed engineering risk assessment. Big shock. Normal Monday. Just a normal day. Yeah, again, so I'd gone in and snap. Engineering risk assessment. Big shock. I came home from work and found Mel upstairs. Yeah. And something didn't add up, because Mel's a fit lady. She's done ultra marathons. She walks her dog sort of 4 or 5 miles a day, active, free, knows what she's doing. And Mel was confused, really confused. And the first question I asked her was, when were you sick? I haven't been sick. You have been sick, sweetheart. Do me a favour. Let me open the curtains. It's too bright. That's 2. Put your chin on your chest. And she couldn't put her chin on her chest. Now, I was trained as a paramedic in the armed forces, and one of the things we were told when looking for a head injury was put your chin on your chest. If you can't do this, then you need to be calling an ambulance, because it means there's a lot of pressure built up in the back of the head. The first ambulance came and disappeared, said it's just a migraine. The second ambulance was at the house 45 minutes later, and Mel was carted off right in the middle of COVID, so I wasn't allowed to go. So she was hot-footed over to Coventry, where they carried out several operations over the coming weeks and months, and explained that she'd had a brain aneurysm and several strokes. Now, I knew what the words meant, but I didn't really have an understanding of what that meant for Mel and Sven. There was one particular night I was called up to the hospital to say goodbye, sort of thing. And I sat there, and every breath that Mel took, I looked at another star in the sky. And I thought, if I just keep counting those stars, it'll be all right. Because as soon as Mel stops breathing, I stopped counting stars. And it got to about 4 o'clock in the morning, and the nurse came in and said, look, it'll be all right. We don't know how, because as soon as Mel stops breathing, she's alive because she wants to be.
Being in hospital
I don't know how,
was
but your wife...
horrendous. I found it very, very difficult because I didn't know what was happening. Didn't really understand why I was there.
I don't know how, but
and
your
what
wife...
had gone wrong. And they'd say to me, I was left-hand blindness, but they didn't tell me what it was. I didn't know what was happening. And they got me to fill in lots of quizzes, and they'd say to me, paper and things, but they didn't really explain to me why I was there, or how long I was going to be there.
Okay.
Things. But they didn't. And I kept saying, when am I going to go home? And they say, what's happening? When you're better, you're going to be there. And I'd ask them what is, but they didn't better. Please explain to me what the criteria for being better is. What tests do I have to do to prove that I am better? Is better.
Okay.
What activities do I have to do? I have to do?
But you got through all of that and came home.
And better. Being at home was wonderful because I got my 2 dogs and my cats.
And what are your dogs' names?
My dogs' names are Teddy and Bailey. Teddy's a bit of a dick, but...
Teddy can be quite difficult sometimes, yes.
But Bailey's lovely.
Yeah. And what do you like doing with your dogs?
I like walking. I've always enjoyed walking. I used to do a lot of walking when I was younger. I did a double marathon in the Sahara Desert. And I've done an ultra as well.
Yeah. And what did we do in January this year? We went down to London, do you remember?
Yes.
And what did you do? Did a half marathon, didn't you?
I did a half marathon, yeah.
Yeah. What do you like about coming to Headway?
What I like doing at Headway is spending time with the people here. They're such a wonderful bunch of people, so friendly and kind and caring and very supportive. And we do things like painting and ceramics, and I love painting very much. It's one of my favourite activities, and my teacher, Linda, is amazing. Being at Headway has made me feel human again and normal and a part of the community, and feeling that I can do something to contribute and help and be supportive. And it's such a friendly group of people, and they're always wonderful, even on the days I admit I could be a bit difficult some days, and they're always really supportive and kind.
Yeah, and on days that you are finding things difficult, you're able to tell them and get help, aren't you?
Yes, I am, yeah. I can just say, guys, I'm feeling a bit squirrely, and they'll put me in the quiet room or something, or they'll give me like a quiz to do or something, because I like doing quizzes, especially the general knowledge ones.
You're rather good at the general knowledge quizzes, aren't you?
Only when I win.
So I gave a person a ring at Headway in Worcestershire and said, what's a brain aneurysm? And the lady I spoke to was fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and explained that this is an acquired brain injury and your life has now changed. And she was very, very kind and very, very understanding. And they helped us then with things like sorting out Mel's PIP, sorting out Mel's blue badge, and introduced us to the daycare centre where we are today. And oh my goodness, how helpful has that been? You see, I'm a 24-hour carer. Mel can't do anything without me. And I'm talking about washing and dressing. Why there's no instructions on hand sanitary towels work, I do not know. Which sounds something strange to bring up, but I'm a man. I have no idea how these things work. Friends here have helped. And it seems a trivial thing, but if you're the person living with having to do that for someone for the first time ever, That's important. Getting Mel a drink in the morning, sorting out her medication, getting her dressed, getting her ready to come to Headway is a pivotal part of our day. I work at a small industrial company around the corner, and they've been fantastic. They've given me all the leeway I need. But what Headway gives me is a chance to go back to being Sven, the guy who is an engineer by trade, and for the times that Mel's here where I know she's safe and comfortable and being taken care of, I can go off and be myself. I can be the old guy, the guy that wasn't caring 24/7, that wasn't worrying about what his wife's next move is going to be, not worrying about, can I leave the gas on in the kitchen, or is she sticking things in the sockets? Because when she's at Headway, she's completely safe.
Being at Headway has meant so much to both of us. It's given our lives back. And Sven can go off and do Sven things, and I can do Mel things, and it gives us a bit of time away from each other, which is good. We don't have to live in each other's pockets to live, but we like being together.
Yeah.
We enjoy being together.
Yeah. We had this life-changing moment when Mel had the acquired brain injury, but it's just a blip in the road. We are not going to be professional victims. We're not going to go on about all the things we've lost. We look forward every day to what we're going to find. Can't live life with, I've lost this and I've lost that. We look forward in life and say, what can we do today that's going to make things better? Never look back, always look forward.
I suppose at this point, do we talk about your...
No. Stop.
singing?
Filters are in place.
What, you don't want to talk about
No.
Rod Stewart's Do You Think
No,
I'm Sexy? And Puff the Magic Dragon?
Thank you, Melanie. Yeah, the first night that we were with each other in Japan, Mel took me to a karaoke bar, where, I won't lie to you, I had drank a large amount of alcohol, and I ended up standing on the karaoke table singing Do You Think I'm Sexy, followed by my rendition of Puff the Magic Dragon. And she's never let me forget it.
And yet we still got married.
Yes, we did.
So kind of been not that.